Yeah.
Hello, thank you.
Hey, there you go.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Nokotan Watch Party! Woo! I am Trina Duhart, I voice Nokotan, and we have our wonderful co-stars.
Hello everybody, my name is Abby Passion and I voiced Chiharu Subameya, who is not in this episode, but a very, very precious part of the Deer Club and Student Council.
Yay! Hey guys, I'm Donald Guzzi. I play the narrator, so all the jokes against everyone else in the cast. That's my doing.
My name is Josh Portillo and I voice the deer.
So we are going to watch episode 1 of My Dear Friend Nokotan. After that, we'll have our commentary. If you guys want to ask us questions, Q&A, we'll do that. Sounds like a plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That was bright.
Once again today, the maidens who gather in the gardens of the
Sorry, I got kind of comfortable right here. Thanks for sitting down. Oh, that's right. That's right.
So that was the first episode of My Dear Friend Nokotan, or Shika Noko 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 Koshitanta. As you can tell, it's a very crazy show. So if you guys want us, if you want to ask any questions, we can answer it. For me, when I did the first episode, I don't know if you noticed, but actually I was sick. I was like congested. So I was sounding like this, and it was like way worse than it actually was. So actually, like during the first, second, third, fourth episode around there, I was like super, super sick. But with the thing, right? The first 11 minutes, we actually recorded like a demo to see if they liked our voices for it. And I wasn't sick then, but then after that, oh yeah. But they kept the first 11 minutes, which was like, okay, all right, we don't gotta re-record. So you don't really notice it until I tell you. If you watch back, you'll be like, oh yeah, I can hear it. But other than that, yeah.
I did not know.
Any questions about the show or voice acting or anything? It's you.
I got a super weird question. Have any of you guys eaten deer crackers? Because both of us have been considering it. Like,
Okay. So I actually went to Nara when I was in high school. And yeah, so this felt like a very full circle kind of thing for me. Yes, I did try a little bit of the deer cracker because I was curious, and it tastes like cardboard. So
No.
yeah, not the greatest tasting thing.
it's not gonna do it.
Anyone else tried deer crackers? Same.
Yeah, anybody else?
No. I have not had the pleasure.
Someone sent me a recipe online how to make it, and I really want to try it.
I've seen a few different
Yeah.
recipes, just haven't gotten around to making them.
I'm sure
We gotta
they
make
make
it.
it taste good. Yeah.
Yeah, put a lot of sugar in it, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't yet. I want to.
See, he knows what's up.
Then,
Do you guys have any more lore like Trina had about, I don't know, things that we wouldn't know during the process that happened? Like you were show that was, you know,
I have
very big.
something. It's for an episode that wasn't shown, of course, but it was in episode 8. Is when Yoshiharu is introduced. That's the other character I voice. It's the barista, and our fabulous director Lynn was. She wasn't like challenging me, but she was like, "There's this character that we want you to be. He's Yoshiharu, and he's in charge of a cafe, basically. But the thing is, we don't really know like what direction to take him. He's funny, but how are you we want to see how you're going to do his internal monologues, because that's where he shines. He's not in the show a lot right now, but we want him to have an impact, because if there is a season 2, if he has more, then you have something to go off of. So I'm like, okay. So we watched the footage. We watched the seiyus a little bit in the footage, but I'm just thinking, I'm like, he's really funny. How am I gonna pull this? How I am with my friends, how I am with my friends. It's just it's that slapstick type of comedy. The type of inflections I gave Yoshiharu while voicing him is like how I yell at the screen with my friends while playing League of Legends. It's just like, what do you mean that this girl has horns like a deer? But yeah, that's one thing, and then I guess but I bet they have other stories.
I do have one. So also I have some really bad allergies right now. I'm so sorry. I'm from the Pacific Northwest, okay? This is different territory for me. But thank you for having me. My little piece of lore actually goes back to when we were auditioning for this series. So I was called in to meet with the director, Lynn, who is fantastic, and they had me read for various different background characters. And so I was really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, my first anime. But they're background folks. That's fine. This is my way in. I'm very, I'm fortunate to even be in this position. So I did my reads, and she was like, okay, great. We'll contact you again if we want to schedule something. I said, okay, cool. Eventually, I do hear back from them. They wanted to schedule a session for one of the episodes. I was like, okay, great. And I get into the booth, and I'm like, cool, who am I reading for today? And they're like, yeah, so you're going to be playing Tsubame, Chiharu Tsubameya, who is a supporting character and someone I didn't read for. So I was like, oh. It was very surprising, and I wasn't ready for that. I thought I was going in to do some additional voices. So that was a really cool surprise and a great gift, because Chiharu means so much to me now. And Chiharu is Yoshiharu's sister, so we're siblings.
Yeah, so for me, I guess it would come with, it's an episode 10 or 11, The Wild Deer Game of Life. There is a line that I take full credit for. It's my second favorite line of the series. So there's a part where they're playing the Wild Deer Game of Life, and it's basically the game of life on crack. And Nokotan ends up in Alaska, and she washes up on the beach, and something happens, and she turns into a moose. So, my line was, congratulations, Nokotan evolved into a moose. Very clearly, they were making fun of Pokemon. So I'm like, but it was not written in that way. It was written completely different. And I was like, they're making fun of Pokemon. And I asked Lynn, I was like, hey, can we change the text? And the client's usually a little strict, and they're like, well, we don't know, what were you thinking? And I was like, well, they're making fun of Pokemon. I wanted to change it to this. And she was like, I don't care what they say, you're going to do it and they're going to like it. So, yeah, sold the line, of course it made it in, but I mean, for me, I think that was my one little fun story.
That's cool.
I do have another one. So actually, we recorded maybe 3 or 4 episodes already, and the client was like, you're not supposed to say horns, you're supposed to say antlers. So the people who watched it, like, was it simulcast? What was like the same like week when the Japanese came out? They said horns, but then maybe like a few weeks later, they updated it, and they're like, we all had to say antlers for like all the lines that we did for the previous episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed Toshi was saying horns all the time at the beginning of the episode.
But they updated now, so like maybe it's like the old version, but like Amazon Prime, they updated it with the,
okay.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got that from WCO Anime.
There you go.
Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing to say with a straight face?
That's a good question.
I mean, virginity confirmed. I didn't get through with a straight face. I said it, it took a second, and then I laughed maniacally for 20 minutes, not realizing what I just said. I mean, that's mine, but...
I have one.
So at the end of episode 8, well, not the end, but like, I don't know what it is, but there was this line. It was why though? Why though? And then like Lynn and I watched the scene, and like Yoshi is like on the screen for a little while, so I'm like, I have to do something more. And again, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, they're gonna like it whether I do what they want or I ad lib. They're gonna like it. So I asked Lynn, I'm like, can I ad lib just a little bit? And she's like, do it. And I yell like, why though? Ah! And I just scream. And like, we had to do that 3 times because I kept laughing at the end, which is how outrageous it was. But yeah.
Did it make it into the episode, the screams and everything?
Huh?
Did it make it into the episode?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna do it here because it's super loud.
Oh, you had your own personal Wilhelm scream.
Chiharu's so lovely because she is a woman of not many words. But in episode 4, I believe that's when she's introduced. There's a part where she makes this really weird noise. She's like, oh, some weird noise that I'm not sure how I got out of my mouth. And we did have to do it a couple of times because even when I watched the original Japanese, I was trying to figure out what the frick she was doing. And so I just kept trying to make these like gargly noises come out of my mouth, and I kept laughing because I was like, what? I don't even know what this is. So yes, in my introduction episode, there's some weird like noise that comes out, and I don't think I'll ever be able to do that again. So 1 in a million.
for me, it has to be the second episode when JoJo Nokotan shows up for the first time. I was not expecting any of that. Why did a cute little deer girl, she got like a baby chibi form, a normal form, and then she has this big, buff, manly form. What was that? Huh? Exactly. So actually for the Japanese dub, right?
Yeah.
They got a male voice actor to do it.
Yeah.
But for this one, they're like, oh, just do some boy voice. And I'm like, okay. It was so good. It was so good. So yeah, I could not, I was like, what? So I was like laughing, and I was like, I gotta think about what I'm gonna do, because this is crazy. I was not expecting that at all.
Like 5 more minutes? Yeah, so 5 more minutes and then we all gotta get out.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, I don't know. Oh, okay.
Yeah, virginity confirmed.
Yeah, mine was quick.
How hard is it to get into voice acting?
It's a good question. Good question. Everybody's path is
different. I've seen people get into it and they get roles right off the bat after 2 years. I've seen people grinding for 10 years and then they start getting something. It's like a roll of the dice, but the thing is, you really gotta love it. You really gotta love it. You are gonna get so many rejections. You're gonna get so many, I wouldn't say haters, but like, it's freedom of speech. People have the freedom to critique your work. And if you can't handle critiques, then it's going to be a really hard field to be in. I mean, when we did this anime, there were critiques, and I think it helped us all grow, and especially me. So, you know, it can be hard, it can be rewarding, but if you're not, you know, if you're not up for the challenges of auditioning every single day after work, you know, just handling all the criticisms and being humble enough to say that I'm always a student, I'm always going to be a student, I'm never going to be a master at this, but I'm going to get better every single day I can. If you can't do all that, then you're not going to last. So.
I second that.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, incredibly difficult, but also incredibly rewarding. Just to put it into perspective, I've been voice acting for about 10 years before I booked Nokotan. So everyone's journey is different. Like you said, sometimes you can jump in, get lucky, and you're off to the races right at the start, or sometimes you've got to work longer than others. Like I said, 10 years is how long it took me to get a main character in an anime, so to speak.
I get a lot of people who ask me, how do I get into voice acting? And I would say just start now, start auditioning. There are so many projects that you can do online, indie animations, video games, all that. You can find on social media or other websites. And honestly, like, just try. You won't know unless you try, right? And you can always improve as you go. You can get, better equipment, take classes with other voice actors and all that. So, you want to be a voice actor? Do it. Start today.
I think that is it. All the time we have, I believe. Yeah, don't want to hold up the place, but thank you all.
Thank you. If you want to talk to us, we'll be on the stairs on the first floor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I didn't want to. A quick picture?
Pull up a good picture.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
All right.
Well, no, I can still do it. Speed.
Well, that's it. Either I'm rolling Super Saiyan or posing for bodybuilding. I don't know. You know.
You got yourself?
Good enough.
Wake up like horizontal.
Got it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alright.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same cushion you were on earlier.